How to Succeed. We talked a little bit on your opening night red carpet. I've seen the show. Congratulations. This is a feat for anyone, a feat for somebody that didn't have the background, frankly, going in for something like this. So how did you know you could do this show? Did you know you could do
No, not at all. No, not in the slightest. I kind of still don't. But I am doing it. And it was just a matter of, a lot of other people had faith in me. Rob Ashford, our director, choreographer, was determined that I would be able to dance in this show, and I was just like, well, I have never danced in my life before. I've never sung kind of publicly in my life before. So yeah, there were a lot of challenges, and I won't pretend that I'm, naturally gifted in any of these things, but it's anything I've achieved by just hard work, I suppose.
Were there points in the process in terms of like training your voice and getting the dance moves where you were like, I don't see this panning out. I don't know that there isn't, if I can get up to the standards that I want to hold to myself.
Yeah, I mean, with the dance particularly, there were some days when I was just so tired, like halfway through. I remember there was one time when I was in my dance class and we were like 2.25 hours in, and I just had 45 minutes left, and I was like, oh, okay, how am I going to get through the last 45 minutes of this lesson? I actually went to the toilet, sat down on the toilet with the lid down, put my phone alarm on for 5 minutes and just went to sleep for like 5 minutes, and just was like, I mean, it was just, and I just woke up thinking, Jesus, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to like hack it if I'm struggling to get through a lesson. But that's why I started training a year in advance, so because you do have to get not just your levels of ability up to standard, but also just your levels of fitness and stamina. So it's been kind of beneficial to me in every area of of my personal health and life, as well as just being able to kind of keep in step with Broadway. It's
Emma's birthday as we tape this tomorrow, so just a reminder for you. I just want to give you the heads up.
Right, good. No, it's not. What's the date today?
The 15th, tomorrow, right?
Oh, is it tomorrow? Is that okay? Yes. I thought we'd gone past it. You know what? That's great. I can text them. Thanks. Please don't air this. Oh gosh.
I saved you again.
You're gonna kill me.
We've talked a number of times in the last few years, and obviously we've known the end is in sight for Potter for some time. You've seen sort of like when that was going to end, and clearly, you have to be somewhat calculated a little bit as you kind of carve out a new career. You could have definitely taken some time off after Potter. Yeah. You could have done a great number of things. Yet this year, no pressure, but this feels like the biggest professional year of your life.
Definitely.
You've got the show, you've got The Last Potter, you've got The Woman in Black. Yeah. This is kind of the year where Daniel Radcliffe shows off a lot more of himself than anyone's ever seen before, right?
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, as you say, I think if I had been taking some time off and not doing stuff, I think that the temptation in terms of the media and the public, to a certain extent, is to, if you don't hear from a child star for a while, you can then kind of condemn them to the been and gone pile.
Right.
And so, I wanted to make sure that didn't happen. I wanted to make sure people knew that I wanted to work and that I didn't necessarily want to take the easy option of just, doing immediately signing up to another huge tentpole fantasy series.
Right.
And I wanted to do stuff that, for me, I get very, very bored unless I'm doing something that challenges me and makes me jump through a few hoops. So, I mean, as you say, this is a huge year for me with The Last Potter, with this show as well. How to Succeed is a huge challenge, and we're really, really just at the very beginning of it at the moment. And then, early next year, The Woman in Black comes out, and so it's, the next sort of 12 months are going to be quite telling, I think.
This character Finch, it must be refreshing to play a guy that's got some clear flaws.
Yeah.
Too. I mean, Potter does, every character does, but this is
not
I mean,
no, this is not Harry Potter. He's a very manipulative, very kind of charming character, but he is, a lot of the things he does are unpleasant. To me, that's one of the signs of the brilliance of the writing of this show, and you do have to bear in mind it did win the Pulitzer Prize, was that, you've got characters like Bigley and like Finch who are both doing things that you sort of balk at and go, that's very unappealing as a character trait, but yet they're irresistible,
Right.
and you love them, and you do want Finch to succeed. I think one of the there are these smiles that I do towards the audience a lot in the show, and the purpose they serve, as well as being quite funny, is that they kind of make the audience complicit in what Finch is doing,
Right.
so that you can't really have any moral objections to his success,
Yeah,
because
you're in
he's
on the
sort of
duplicity,
taking you, yeah,
sure.
exactly. He's taking you with him. So no, it's a very, very clever show. It's, you know, very, very funny. You know, there are great jokes in it, and to be able to kind of learn from two people actually, not just John Larroquette, who is, you know, comically he's a great actor, but you know, his comic sense of kind of anarchy is. I call him an anarchist in that sometimes he doesn't know what's going to come out. I doubt very much that I've heard the same line reading twice from him. The other guy in the show who's the same is Rob Bartlett, who is again brilliant comedian, and so to be able to watch and learn from both of them, kind of how it's done, has been a very, very good learning process for me.